Hey everybody, this is Marion, the Inappropriate Artist. I am squatting on the floor of my studio at the moment, taking stock of a lot of the things I need to get rid of. Eesh, a lot of which is underneath this table here. Actually, not that much. So, the table, this flat file and table, these flat files are cool. Nice. Flat files. One missing handle, no big deal because the other handle works. Give it a little pull. Still quite full of my stuff. So I'm still not sure what I'm doing yet, right? Because I put it up for sale on OfferUp and Craigslist, and nothing seems to have happened. Yeah, so anyway, lots of space underneath for storage. If you want, you can lower the table by having it sit right on top of the flat file if you want to. I decided I wanted it elevated, so I used these old glass weights that I had to elevate it. My friend George, who built the table and the base, built me this awesome base that goes with cool, rough tree legs for legs. And he custom cut me these spacer to go underneath it to level it off, because where I rent my studio is an antique house with a very unlevel floor. But yeah, so it's a bit of a beast, but it's really quite cool. I liked this for being able to store my paint mixing underneath, as you can tell. Plus, if I was drawing something or if I had a working palette, I could just slide it underneath. Here's the tabletop. Really kind of cool. He built this little space for me to fit into the table. And you can see I had some French matting to do earlier this week, so my palettes are still out. But yeah, so that's the flat file and the table. The flat file has seen some time, you know. It's been around the block. I've had this flat file since I had the shop in Old Greenwich. I got it from an artist. So I paid $350, and the side of it still has some adhesive on it from when I had frame samples stuck to it. But George did build me these little sides to go on and dress up the sides, and I was going to put some paper. I just never got around to doing it around the edges to kind of cover up the ugly. But he built me these beautiful sides that fit in, kind of frame off the exterior a bit and also create a little bit of extra hold on these. Although if you pick a smaller elevation tactic than I did, although I really like the way the light plays through those. Anyway, so this is the table. Could be separated and turned into a coffee table with flat files sold separately, but I'd rather not. I'd love to see it go as a unit. And if not, I need a place to store it. So if anybody has any ideas, let me know. So this is one of the things that I need to take care of. And there's lots of these things in my life, it seems. One of which is this beautiful piece. So when I paint thinking I'm already letting go of what I'm working on. Trying to get the lighting right in this video. Here, let me move around here back to this spot. This was a good spot. So I'm going to kind of put this on the table a little so I don't have to walk around. Yeah, so this is my very raw way of making a video. I'm really not great at this yet. Hopefully you'll watch me improve. So walking around's a little distracting for me. You can see there's a lot that I need to still find homes for. When I painted the paintings, I paint in terms of thinking that, you know, it's not something that I have to hang on to. Although, you know, I still struggle with throwing things out. So I am hoping that in this little walkabout of my studio, that if somebody sees something they like, they speak up and say something. Because these pieces and frames are, you know, either going to go into storage or find their way, sadly, into a dumpster. Although, you know, I've done what I needed to do. I painted them. And that really is my ultimate goal, is just to paint and to create. So letting go is part of that process. Behind me, whoops, over my shoulder in that direction, you see a couple of pieces up there. Those are my dad's. And my dad is kind of peeking around the corner there. You can see him up there, maybe. Looking over my shoulder. Those pieces will come with me. They are my inspiration. I'm umming a lot in this video today. So I look around and I see a year's worth of work, of my growth as an artist, and a lot of frames. A lot of frames I've carried around for a long time. I'd hoped, you know, I wouldn't be just unloading them. So, we'll see. Maybe some of you will see something you like. I'm gonna take a walk around with this over my shoulder, because it seems to be the only way I know how to work this camera. I don't know how to flip it around mid-shooting. And I'm going to take a walk around, see if you see anything you like. You let me know. Oh, I don't want to touch that. So, here we go. Come up here. I did this painting when I first moved into the studio. Oh, the glare is terrible. Maybe I can get it over my shoulder. Aha! That's better. So, I did this when I first moved into the studio back in May of last year, before my father passed away. And then this is the painting I did, like, literally a week later after my father had passed. Oh, there, that's better. No glare. Oh, weird. There we go. So, big difference already. Here's a piece I did a number of years ago. This is Conte Crayon. Little winter garden scene, kind of appropriate for the time of year now. Photograph I took at the Curtis Gardens, or I think that's what they're called, the Curtis Gardens on the way to Acadia, National Park. Can't remember exactly where. But yeah. And then this big guy. This one is Gladys and her Peps. So, she's kind of big. And that frame is kind of big, but it's pretty cool. I shadow boxed it. Anyway, so there's all the paintings that are available, and then there's these little ones behind my shoulder, over my shoulder, that I did when I first started painting. These are a little bit later. These were last year. Like, and these were, boy, no, wait a minute. These were last year. These were in the spring. So, anyway, just a little bit of my artistic history, a little bit of what's available, a little bit of what I need to move on from and let go of so that I can create more new work. And downsizing into the van means having to move art in a very different way. So all of this is just gonna go, right? So whatever your heart desires, let me know. Maybe we can make something work. I'm pretty sure we could. As long as it means something's finding a home, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be happy with that. My gratitude today started a little slow because I was feeling the burden of the day and the burden of the things that surround me. But after doing this, I feel a lot less burdened. No matter what or where, and no matter what happens to any of these things or where any of these things end up, I'm feeling peaceful about my decisions. So that's the video this week. I know, kind of choppy, kind of rocky, kind of all over the place, still raw. I need to get like a little selfie stick or something. So if anybody has one that they don't use and they want a gimme, I would see gimme. I become like 5 when I ask for things. If you want to gimme one, yeah. So if you have one and you know, it's free, I'd love to have it. Obviously still saving for the van, so until I can pay for that, I'm trying very hard not to purchase anything new. But a selfie stick would sure make this a whole heck of a lot easier. All right, guys. Until next time, hopefully we'll see you next week as long as everything works out. We are expecting a little bit of snow. I do have to make a drive to go to a consignment shop with a bunch of items that I have. And see how that goes. I can give you news about that next week. All right, we'll talk to you soon. Have a great week. Blessings to all. Bye.